Based on what he's shown in the early stages of his NBA career, could Noah Penda end up being one of the Orlando Magic's best ever second round draft picks? Now technically, it was the Boston Celtics who chose him 32nd overall in the 2025 draft, but immediately his draft rights were dealt to the Magic, so if things pan out well for him, it would be fair to include him in that conversation. With the exception of Marcin Gortat, also acquired by Orlando in a draft night trade, the Magic haven't really had any other standout second round picks in their franchise history that they chose or had acquired their rights to on draft night. So certainly Penda has the potential to be that as he continues to develop. So far what we've seen from Penda is a little bit of everything in spurts, particularly when it comes to hustle plays. He's one of those players that doesn't really need to fill up a box score to make a big impact because of his relentless motor and effort, his defensive versatility, and his anticipation off the ball's bounce, and with his instincts, which help him disrupt opponent flow. On that note, these plays highlight that. You could see how quick his hands are to deflect passes, swipe the ball away from handlers, and keep plays alive with his timing when the ball bounces off the rim. He's truly an all-out hustle player, and that's invaluable for any team. That combination of strength, mobility, timing, technique, and energy, I think could result in him ranking high in deflections, steals, and blocks as he earns more playing time. The fact that he can guard multiple positions is a big deal. We've seen him get matched up with a range of players with different skill sets. Most impressive, though, has been his ability to swarm guards and force them into difficult shots. We saw that specifically against Cam Thomas in the recent game at Brooklyn and against Keontae George in the game at Utah. They went a combined 1 of 8 shooting from the field, with Penda contesting them in those 2 games. Now, it's not expected of him to ever be much of a shot creator, although who knows down the road what he develops into. It's probably safe to assume, though, that he's going to be more of a threat in transition, a guy who scores on putbacks after getting offensive rebounds, as a connector from a playmaking standpoint, and then as a spot-up shooter on the perimeter, which he's been better at than advertised. Through his first 24 games, he's shooting 45% on standstill catch-and-shoot threes with 20 attempts. But again, even though he's shown some impressive moves at times, like here with some nifty footwork against the Pacers, I don't think it's fair to expect him to ever be a go-to scorer, as that's not his main function. But even if he showcases these kinds of moves and this level of touch periodically, that would be a big win for the Magic because of everything else he brings to the table. This season so far, he's the only rookie with per 36-minute averages of at least 12 points, 11 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. So that'll wrap up this video. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe.